There we go. Now we're on. Hey, everybody. Producer Steve is here on Backstage. Now we're unmuted. I have so many buttons to press, whether it's in this thing or that thing, but we're here now. So thanks for hanging out. We are, like I said, going to do, well, like I said, if you could hear me, we're going to do some Battlefront 2 this evening. It was a long day, so we're hanging out. This is just going to be a chill stream. I want to play some Battlefront, take some calls, talk about Headcanon. That is the topic of the day, as you can see pinned in the chat. So call in. Go ahead and Kyle's right. I got the R-rated stuff out on mute every single time, man. I swear. One of these days, I'm gonna have a nice, clean, solid open, and not talking to a muted microphone for 15 seconds and feel like a moron. Anyway, it was one of those days. Let's be honest. So we're just gonna hang out for like an hour and a half or so. Is my idea. Play some Battlefront, take some calls. I want to hear about your headcanon. And to clarify, to me, your headcanon is something you had to, headcanon is like we had to fill a gap, right? I don't want your headcanon of I didn't like what this was, so I decided it's this instead. Nah, that's not headcanon. That's fan fiction and alternate reality. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. I'm looking for actual headcanon like ideas, like where did before we had the sequel trilogy, like I don't want your post Return of the Jedi takes, you know what I mean, because that's not where we're at right now, unless you're filling a gap of a story that literally hasn't been told and we know nothing about, stuff like that. So that's what I'm interested in. This came out from our discussion last time about Bill the Pony and from Lord of the Rings, and learning some things about Bill that upset me, and but I'm not gonna headcanon Bill, going out west and living his days like a ring bearer, or like the carrier of a ring bearer that he was, because apparently he just went and lived back in Bree in a stable somewhere, and was eventually glue. So that's reality. That's what we have to live with. But I want to know little pieces of headcanon. Keep those thoughts at bay for you. So that's what we're going to talk about when we take calls today. So I'm excited for that, for whoever's here for that. But I'm going to get started with some Battlefront 2 here first. I think I'm going to play some regular, I think Supremacy first, and then if I get pissed off at that, we'll go to Heroes and Villains. I like Heroes and Villains more, but I like playing the regular one just kind of to get warmed up and kind of get the vibe. But so we're gonna do that. I'll get into that. Let me see if I can get the right stuff to show up here on the first try. Okie dokie. I see the screen. I'm gonna make sure this game audio is up. The game audio is not gonna be very loud, and my Spotify audio is off, which is fine because we want the game audio. Let's turn the game audio up just a wee bit. Okay, so let's get into this, and then we'll start taking calls. We've got Professor Addie is waiting in the wings to hear. I'm excited to hear what her headcanon things are. Go to hero or villain on Battlefront. That's a great question, Will. So light side, I always go lightsaber characters. Let's just start there. I always go lightsaber characters. I'm not a fan of the ranged heroes for the most part, mostly because they just piss me off. As someone who uses a lightsaber exclusively. So usually Luke or Obi-Wan for light side, and then Kylo Ren or Maul for dark side. I usually go Kylo Ren first and then Maul if I can't get Kylo. I'm not very good with either of them. I haven't played with any of them. I just started. I've probably played an hour or two of this game in this calendar year. I played it a lot when it came out, but it's been a while. And I didn't get a ton of cards and everything. I have plenty of things to spend, whether it's credits or card upgrades for people. I haven't really invested in anyone yet. So I'm gonna start with some Supremacy. We'll go there, and then when I decide kind of what itch we need to scratch, we'll go into Heroes versus Villains. So that is the idea. So anyway, let's see what else. I'm just checking some things here real quick, making sure we're all good. All right, so let's play some Battlefront. We're gonna get Addie in here soon. If you guys want to call in and tell me about your Headcanon, I'd love to hear it. But thanks for everyone who's checking in. Detective McCarsel's here, Kyle Harlow's here, Christopher Watts, Laserbolt, Will McLean. Love to see the folks here. Let's get into some Supremacy, and we're going to do any for Era and see what we can do. This game is like popping off still as far as play count, so going to take advantage of that while we can as far as people being here. I'm going to turn my Spotify down since we're in the game now. Hopefully the queues don't take too long, and we'll get the calls going in here in just a little bit once we get going. I'm also testing something with using my laptop to get the calls in, because this game does not like being alt-tabbed or being in borderless window mode. So I notice when I click and do other things, whether it's OBS or something in StreamYard, this game gets pissed off. So we'll avoid that as much as we can. And there's, you know, I also can't remember the last time I played this game for over an hour and it didn't just crash at some point just for whatever stupid reason. But that's PC game life. That's what we live with. So hopefully the sound is okay in there. Oh man, I hate fucking, this is like the one faction I don't like playing as an infantry, but it's alright. We'll go in as Roger right off the bat. No, we're not going to do the whole officer cheese thing. I don't even know if they still let you do that, but it probably does still work. We're still going to start as infantry. I'm just a basic bitch when it comes to that. Give me the good old assault rifle gun. I can do pretty good with it. But we can get ball if we get enough points. Let's see how we do. So yeah, well, I'm excited to hear about headcanon stuff. I did not see jack shit of what went on in the world today. So whoever comes to join us will have to help me with that. I'm interested to see how this looks on stream too, just because I am in widescreen, so you guys are just seeing like the middle of the screen. But I think I've got it cropped where it should be okay. Yeah. Also, if it's too quiet, let me know. Yeah, thank you, Chris. I like this job. I like this Battlefield skin. It just looks different. I just don't like using the regular one. That was a bot. That doesn't count. Ooh, that's a real pitch. Grenade's not ready yet. Not even close. What is roll? That's melee. Shit, what is roll? What is roll? I forgot roll. Ah! Nope, not E. No, not that. Damn, I don't remember what some of the movement keys are. I've been playing mostly heroes versus villains lately, so that doesn't help. Also not a real person. Oh, hello. You don't see me. Oh, I fucked that up, didn't you, Steve? Got him anyway. Whoa! What are you guys doing? Oh, this is where we meet our end. Yep, that was it. He found us before we found him. It was a good little run, though, to open things up. Seriously, though, what is the keybind? For I need key binding. Combat rules. Okay. Maybe it's because I have it on my mouse. Let's try this. Oh, yep, that works. Okay, cool. Cool. You know what I am going to turn up? In-game music. Because we have an excuse to listen to Star Wars music. Might as well take it. Bastard got us. We're not doing too hot yet. Alright, hold on. I need to pull something up here so I can see shit. There we go. Google says rolls left alt. Yeah, thank you for that. We figured it. I had the problem was I had like a set I had customized it a long time ago and just totally did not remember what the hell it was. What are you gonna do? Alrighty. Okay, so we just respawned. This is gonna be a good time. Let me make sure if this works. Addy, if you're ready, I'm going. You got a thumbs up? Perfect. I'm gonna see if I can add you from over here and not like disrupt anything as far as how the stuff goes. Boom. Addy, what is up? If it's just you and me, I don't care if you're on, you don't care if you're on the camera there, right? That way I can actually, that way I have context clues. Those are important for me. I'm not a very smart person. Addy, how are you? Welcome to the show. I hope the people can hear you at home because I don't see your mic levels on my screen. So how are you?
I haven't said anything yet, so.
Yeah, that was the idea. I was kind of like trying to vamp as much as I could to see if I could find the window in time, but I didn't. So then I just rolled the dice and figured, you know what? Addy's going to introduce herself and we're all going to learn together. How are you?
Oh, I have also had a day, Steve, so we're all in this together.
That makes me feel a little better. We're all commiserating together, so that's why I don't have any cool, quirky, fun ideas or anything. I'm just going to do this, and we're just going to hang out.
This is fun for me, though, because I've never actually seen Battlefront 2. All I know is that Dooku has exquisite pajamas.
Yes, he does. He does. Oh, I just got credit for
listening to Force Center.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, as we have established previously, like, I'm not a gamer.
Not the biggest gamer,
so
right.
I don't own any, I don't even know what system I would need to own to play this game.
Right.
So, it looks like fun, though, I'm going to be perfectly honest.
It's a beautiful game. I'll give it, so this game came out in 2017, and even for being a 8-year-old game, it still is very, very pretty. They did a great job in that regard. This game was great after... Oh, shit, Yoda's flying around over there. This game was great once it got its legs, and they did some stuff to fix it and change the way the progression and stuff worked. There was all sorts of stuff that it was wrong with at the beginning. It was dogged for microtransactions. The most downvoted comment in the history of Reddit is about this game. It had its issues, right? But especially as a Star Wars fan, once they got it figured out, holy shit, in my opinion, did they figure it out. Because it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I was any good at games, I think I would play this one.
And I love the, it's not very long ship. It's not very long, but the story mode in this game is a lot of fun. And it was before, because this game came out right before The Last Jedi. So we still hadn't had, like, Disney-era Luke in action yet. You know what I mean? So this game gave you that first flavor taste of post-Return of the Jedi Luke, like, doing stuff, which was kind of cool. And that got me really excited. So I don't know, the narrative stuff they did with this game was really fun. I thought the campaign was really fun. And then they added a lot to it. So I know it's been getting a lot of attention lately because people are really trying to campaign for them to make a Battlefront 3, which is a bit of a long shot, but who knows? We'll see.
Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
But Naboo looks really... Naboo, when we're here running around Theed, it's very pretty. And as we progress, we're going to get into the palace as the game moves on. Oh, shit, if we don't all die to Yoda.
Oh, don't kill Yoda. That's rude.
I mean, I had to defend myself, Addy. It was either me or the little green guy, and the little green guy won. Decisively, actually. So, Jared has joined us. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining. So before we bring Jared on, Addy, I want to hear you. Oh, we're gonna grab them all while we can by ourselves. I want to hear your headcanon takes while you have the floor exclusively, without Jared being able to distract you and influence your opinions.
I have two very different but equally important ones.
Okay.
The first we have discussed on this show before, and I had this headcanon before I knew other people had this headcanon. This was a realization I came to many years ago just watching the movies, and that is the one where Frodo does not know Legolas's name.
Okay, yes, we have to. Okay, so you. Okay. Okay, elaborate a little bit. What is your main. I mean, because, yeah, the only time you ever, like, we see him, like, mouth his name, I think, maybe
No.
at the end of Return of the...
No, he doesn't, and that's when I came to this conclusion.
He just gives him, like, a smile?
Yes, at the end of Return of the King, when everyone who is still alive walks into his room, he says everyone's name except Legolas.
Okay. And so that's all you've got, though?
By name.
Yeah.
He greets Aragorn by name. But Orlando Bloom gets no love except from
Well, they don't have any like
have
notable interactions in the films, right?
They have no notable interactions.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's not super surprising.
There's that video I sent you, that Instagram reel I sent you the last time we had this conversation. That's literally the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but only when Frodo and Legolas interact, and it's
right. It's the
you
one
have
scene.
my bow.
Yeah.
And then it just says directed by Peter Jackson.
Right. It's the third time Yoda's come up and kicked our ass, by the way. But yeah, that's you're not wrong. Okay, so so we've talked about that one a little bit. Did you say you had another one?
I have a second one.
Okay.
Which I think I brought up on the Force Center live stream about headcanon, but my Star Wars headcanon is after reading the E.K. Johnston novels that while they were on the run, Anakin helped Padme do her hair.
Okay, I really like this. Okay, when we think about their time on the run and Padme's hair, specifically when it's just them, was there anything super elaborate where you're like, okay, if she did do that, it would have taken her a significant amount of time without any help, like, because that would be an easy one to point to. But I think you're right. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, especially as this trilogy goes on, Anakin's hair gets longer, so he knows the importance of shampoo and conditioning and preparation and when and where to let your hair be wet and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going through my Attack of the Clones outfit roll call, which is not hard for me to do.
Yoda! I'm sorry, Addie, but Yoda has just been absolutely destroying us. That's the fourth time Yoda has killed us today in just this game. We haven't even gotten out of the courtyard yet. Good God. Sorry, continue.
That's okay. So, when they first are leaving Naboo, she's got that big headdress on that eventually Luth and Rael collect, so not much work there.
Okay.
Then you've got, when they get to the hideout on the lake, you've got the lake dress, which I don't know, did they have servants in that lake house?
You have to, yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
yeah.
Or like one of the queen's handmaidens could have helped her change into that before 100%. They left the palace.
Yeah. There's definitely, they're not cooking that meal and all that themselves. Like, that's 100%, yeah. For sure.
So then also the black leather fireplace look that made many boys men.
Yep. Yep, sure did. I'm sure it made a lot of women as well.
I know that outfit gets no love for its hairstyle, but it's a nice hairstyle.
Well, I mean, to be fair, not a lot of attention being paid to the hair specifically, but you're not wrong.
No, but it's there. I promise.
It's there if you say so. That's the gross thing to say.
Let's see. Then they take off for Tatooine, and she's got those weird like bun things with the headpiece.
Yes. Yeah.
The farmstead.
Yeah.
And then the most complicated, because I have tried to do this hairstyle on someone, is the twists that she has when they go to Geonosis. But you could argue that maybe Beru helped.
Right. Before they went. Right. Well, yeah. So
but
is there,
I'm still going with Anakin had to do her hair and dress her the whole time.
right, or he definitely had to like zip something up and like or like help with something like all with all the ridiculous right for sure.
It's way more entertaining that way.
Right. That, and I just also imagine all the bags that Anakin is carrying. Like those are all just
Oh, hat
those
boxes.
are just hats and like headdresses basically. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there isn't a toothbrush in there. Those are all outfit changes. Yeah.
I hope she packs in like packing cubes or whatever to
Like the vacuum sealed kind.
Yeah, like no wrinkles when you get there, but not a lot of air between those things.
It's important. It's important. It's important. Well, those are pretty good. I love the I love this bit of Anakin having to help with the hair. That is.
It's how they fell in love. It just added a level of intimacy.
Right. This dude's gonna get me. Damn it! I shouldn't have taken that bait. Okay, well, thank you, Addie. I appreciate the insight. That is a good one. I'm going to see what I'm just checking the comments here while my dude was dead and seeing what we got going on. Okay, Cal is checking in. Yard work, yeah. Mosquitoes are a bitch, Cal. I will give you that. Mace Windu did not have a lot of issues with his hair. That's sure. Well, I mean, assuming he was bald by necessity, not by choice. I mean, if it's by choice, you still gotta like get a good shave on, and that's not nothing. Like that takes work. So that's
if it's
something.
by necessity, you gotta shave. Like usually.
Yeah, there's some work to go on the sides or something. Yeah, right. But you know, some people just got nothing, so you don't have to worry about it at all. But you know, it's a good look. But anyway,
I did see really quickly while we're on the subject of Mace Windu. I saw a hilarious meme the other day that I have to. It was from Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
And it was Rey when she hears all the voices of the Jedi. And it was all of the lines, like it just was like Anakin's line and Ahsoka's line and like, you know, Yoda's line. And then it just said, Mace Windu, I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative.
That's good. That is good. That's funny. And he's not in the, is he one of the voices? Is Mace one of the voices?
Oh, now I can't. Now you're gonna make me go watch Rise of Skywalker. Not that I'm complaining. Love Rise of Skywalker.
Well,
but
maybe someone in the chat will be able to tell us that without having to look it up, so we can.
I'm only on Book of Boba Fett in my chronological rewatch. I'm almost there.
Okay. Jared says he is not. Jared says he's not there, so.
He didn't become one with the Force. That's why he's still alive.
I do not like these Mace Windu is alive theories, but you guys have your fun.
I'm not. That's a long way to fall. Although I am.
That's a long Well, I mean, ask Chief. He knows all about it.
I do subscribe to the no body, not dead.
For the most, yeah, I think 90% of the time I'm with you on that trope as being the case. Yeah.
That is from my elementary and middle school days of being an avid fan of soap operas.
Right.
If there was no body, that person was not dead. They were just going to show up in 6 weeks as a different actor.
Right. Or it's someone's twin or whatever. Right. Yeah, their cousin.
But Mace is dead.
Mace is dead. Yeah. See, that's like teetering on the headcanon conspiracy line that I'm like comfortable with, because I don't. If you're gonna come at me with, my headcanon is that Mace Windu lived and this and that happened, you better have some like stuff to point at. Like I want hard evidence, not just like, well, we never saw a body. Like I need more than that. Is all I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but at this point, enough Jedi have survived Order 66 that I think we can leave Mace dead and let that one go. It's okay.
It has. The Jedi who have survived Order 66 are like, there is emotional weight to Mace being dead that I don't want to have undone.
Yeah, same. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Consequential to Anakin's turn, like all of that, like I think it gets undermined if he's not.
A lot of the decisions I think Yoda and Obi-Wan make knowing that they don't have Mace to kind of bounce ideas off of or consider and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? or having the equation, blah blah blah. So
And
yeah.
don't
no, I
come
buy
at
that.
me that Palpatine being dead has the same problem. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, dude was always
Different strokes, and the clones are a different thing. We're different. It's apples and oranges a bit there. I think that's. I mean, I joke about it, but it's it's a different. It is a different scenario, regardless of your thoughts on the execution or impact. Wow, that's the third person row I just haven't been able to get to in time. Well, we're not up here yet. This game has lasted quite a while, but I think we're making our way.
Okay, can you explain to me the objective of the game?
Yeah, sure. So it's kind of like tug
And
of
why
war.
you're not dead?
Well, I'm trying my best
Like,
here to
you
not die.
respawn?
Oh yeah,
You
oh shit. And there's
die?
Yoda again. It's always Yoda. Yes. So yeah, the whole point with Battlefront is you're kind of. I mean, unless you're like right there, I was Darth Maul. But 90% of the time, you're just a not useless. That's not nice. You're just another nameless, clone or another nameless droid. You're all the grunts fighting the battles. And so the name of this game, this is Supremacy. This is basically like tug of war. The idea is you want it's capture the hill with these 5 different points, and whatever team has a majority of the points, they are gaining more credit than the other team. So right now the CIS is 92%, the Republic is at 65%. So our team is winning slightly, and once that gets to 100, I forget where we're at on this stage, but the game will either end because we'll win, or it literally just moves to a new phase in which, like, kind of like in tennis, like where someone has advantage, it moves to a new phase in which then we kind of, if we win that phase, the game is over. But if they win, then it gets pushed back to either this or something similar.
So are you respawning into the same game every
Yes.
time?
Yes.
Or does it reset and you have to go
same
back
game. Yeah, same game, same pool of people, all that jazz. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good questions though. And so, like with the hero characters, as you do stuff, oh shit, there's Obi-Wan. As you do stuff, you gain points, and you can spend those points to, when you respawn as a hero character, or like a B2 battle droid or a commando droid, something like that. Yeah, we got him. Poor Obi-Wan.
So at the top there, those letters, the red ones are stations that your team has captured, and the blue ones are the good guys?
Other way around. We're the good guys since it's our team. So you're always blue. Like, your team is always blue. The bad guys are always red.
So we're losing.
No, so currently, at the current moment, they have more command posts than we do, but we're winning 97 to 72, which you can't see because the little backstage overlay thing. If I turn that off, you'll see that now the percentage. You see the percentages at the top there. So ours is at the blue is 97, the red is 74. So the blue is our team. We're getting more points faster than they are, even though at the current moment they're gaining more. So that's why it's like a tug of war. It's kind of like a back and forth. And we're about to recapture C, and boom. So now blue has more than red. So now our bar will fill up faster.
Are points kills?
They can be, but they're also these little things here, these little command posts. It's basically King of the Hill.
Right.
So this little area, if we control this area, we get credit over time. God damn it, Yoda. We get credit over time. So that's the idea, is you want to control these 5 points. Whoever controls those 5 points, as you control them, you're accumulating points and credit. And so if you have more, you're accumulating more points than the other team. And so then whoever reaches the number first wins.
Okay.
And so this is a pretty similar to the same game mode that the original Battlefront games had back in the day, as they say.
Sure it is.
Sure, yeah, because you know all about that. I know.
Because I know all about Battlefront 1.
All
I've just
about
never
that.
played Battlefront 2.
Exactly. Well, it's funny as this is Battlefront 2, but it's really more like Battlefront 4 because they rebooted the games when the sequel trilogy came out. But anywho, we're gonna keep talking headcanon, Addy, and for that, we're gonna bring in our good friend Jared the TIE Pilot, because I know he's got takes on headcanon. So Jared, how are you, friend? Thank you for joining us. And yeah, JMB, that Yoda loves me. I don't know why. I don't think he loves me. He certainly thinks something about me, but it hasn't been fun. Okay, so we are moving to the next phase of this game.
You.
Jared, yeah, he sure does. How are you, buddy?
I'm not too bad. Slept like shit. Worked all day. The usual.
I hear that. It sounds like we've all had one hell of a Monday. So how are we going to make it just a little bit better?
Well, first off, I agree with the headcanons that Addy has presented.
Okay.
Though Frodo technically, I agree, he doesn't know his name, he doesn't remember it, but he technically does hear it once during Lay Council when Legolas stands up to give Boromir the what's up and the 411 on Strider, aka Aragorn. Aragorn replies with Habada Legolas, as in sit down Legolas. So he speaks Elvish,
But does Frodo know enough Elvish to know what part of that is Legolas's name?
That is the best point, though. It's like that's why I said he technically hears the name. Whether he puts math together while he's also being mind screwed by the ring, is here nor there. But he does hear Habadao Legolas. Habadao.
Okay, so good God, even my computer is just not loving
And
this
Mace, and I also agree, Mace should stay dead. But it is one of those. It is one of those, like, if he came back, we didn't see the body. We've seen people fall great distances. I mean, Anakin jumps out of a fucking taxi to go down a few hundred feet to catch something else. So, would I believe it and accept it? Yes. Will it not be fun for me? Yes. Because I agree with what you guys said. The story of it. Listen, don't you judge me, Eddie. You go run a marathon. But the story point would really sticks better with the death of Mace.
Okay. Yeah, I think the comments are all agreeing with us. We've got Svetnik, JMB, Camp Stewart. Oh no, I don't think Svetnik is actually agreeing. He's just talking about someone paying attention. Third person was when Maldo, I'm guessing. Oh yeah. You guys are talking about me getting my ass kicked there. I prefer Mace stay dead, says Cam Stewart. He comes back and dies to Vader like immediately. Right, yeah, there's not a lot of excuse. That's the other thing, is there's not a lot of excuses to bring any of these people back or keep them alive and then just to kill them again. You know what I mean? Like, that's just that's brutal.
And that's like the biggest sticking point too. Like, what story sense would it make, especially of all the storytelling that has happened that we've seen? Where does he fit? Because you can't just have him be like, oh, he helped Luke at this point. It's like, no, he can't have any true impact on the saga overall. It would have to be some weird, like when Ahsoka left the Jedi Temple before, coming back into the fray of things, when she was just randomly on level 1313 doing shit. Like, but that's also not Mace's character. So you would screw his character up.
You can't get away with Mace being just around the corner at Padme's funeral the way you can with Ahsoka. Like, you can't get away with that.
I totally agree with that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like 20 fucking health. Sorry.
And just that's going to
happen while I'm doing this. Sorry, guys.
Whenever I saw, well, that was in the short, right? The Tales of the Jedi, when she's there. When I saw Ahsoka was at Padme's funeral, rolled down my face, were just insane. That I see Ahsoka and I just start crying.
Wait, what do you mean?
What are your headcanons?
No, hold on. I'm not trying. What elaborate on why you start crying? Like, what do you mean?
Just the storytelling behind Ahsoka has been some of the most beautiful, in my opinion.
Yeah, love Ahsoka.
I have, my it's not really a hot take, but people always kind of look at me funny when I'm like, my peak Star Wars is Star Wars Rebels. That show hits so hard, and it's
the ending of that show hits really hard at the first time you see the ending of that show, especially if you watched it like when it came out, like considering the timeline of everything. Yeah, that was a big deal. Yeah.
But,
seeing Ahsoka at the end of that
my
episode meant a lot.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, we got that.
One of my headcanons is not, it's one of the more well-known. Oh my god, I can't remember. He dated Asajj Ventress, the Jedi with the yellow across his face and
Quinlan
the locks.
Voss.
Quinlan is very alive and doing the underground tunnel Jedi thing.
Isn't that covered
not,
in some books?
I was
Are
gonna
those
say,
how
I
canon
thought
are those
that was
books?
canon.
I don't. It's
those-
like hinted at. It's not 100% confirmed. It's like even in
Canon
the Obi-Wan
adjacent?
show. Yeah, it's not even adjacent. It's just like there's little evidence to see it. Like in the Obi-Wan show, Obi-Wan sees Quinlan had written his name on this wall.
Mm-hmm.
But does that mean he's still around? Does that mean he's still helping? We don't know, kind of thing. But I think Quinlan is still doing his thing.
I agree.
And they name drop him in Obi-Wan. I'm sorry, did you say that? Don't they name
Yes,
drop
I
him
did.
or allude to him? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, he had signed that wall, that I don't even know, Underground Railroad of Jedi, call it.
The path.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
The path.
I'm sorry, Kenobi is one of my favorite pieces of the Disney era of Star Wars. I know it very well.
That's a great one. And also another random headcanon, Padme is a Force ghost.
What?
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Is that
Because-
your thing or is this just a bonus?
No, that's just me. Like, as far as I'm concerned, she delivered the twins that are a prophecy twins from the chosen one. Like, no, this girl, it's like all dogs go to heaven. This girl earned it. She's with Bill the Pony going west.
So that's what spurred this whole thing. So so does that mean Shmi is the same way then? Is Shmi like?
Yes, definitely. Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Shmi's there smacking the shit out of Anakin when he passes away, going, "What did I tell you not to do? Don't do genocide. Genocide bad."
Don't do.
I raised you better than this.
She really did.
Yeah,
Poor
that's
Shmi.
true. Yeah, poor Shmi. Shmi.
At least Shmi had a good husband at the end.
Right. Right. We like to think.
No,
so.
and actually, that would be a fun little. Like, I would even take a comic book of that. Like, this is going to be action. I'm curious to know, how was that marriage? I'm assuming it was a nice happy marriage, but
Oh, I
You
thought you wanted a comic book of Shmi smacking Anakin upside
I
That's
thought
it.
you wanted a comic book of like a
What?
dating game in Star Wars. Now I want Love Island on like Naboo. You know what
nah.
I mean?
Yeah. Fuck Love Island. We need Singled Out. Any old school MTV?
Singled out, yeah, or I'll take The Bachelor. Give me, but you just have all sorts of these different. Like that would be fun.
Hold on, I want to get back to Jared's headcanon here that he just dropped. So it's a half
Please.
marriage? You think
I
it's
did
a
not do good
one-sided
at
marriage? You think only one of them loves the other?
No. I think it was a happy. I think it was a happy
Oh,
marriage. I just
happy. I heard
yes.
half.
No.
And I was
happy.
I was like, one of them didn't love the other one.
No, I
For one
think
it
there was.
love, and for one it was a
No,
marriage
there
of
was-
convenience.
I mean, technically it was convenient for Shmi. It got her out of slavery.
For one it was love, and for one they were the first lady of the United States.
something like that, right? Hold on, I'm messing with stuff here.
Fucking love you, Addie. Oh,
I saw a supercut the other day of all the times she won't hold his hand, and it was glorious.
it is that fucking.
We're
Words
talking
that
about
YouTube
Anakin and
won't
Padme
like.
or the president? I don't want to.
I am not talking about Anakin and Padme.
No.
I was very confused. All right, we're
we
gonna
got
switch
onto
over
the
to
orangutan
heroes
for a
versus
second.
villains now. Yeah, okay. I didn't know how we got into that. All right. So before we get into your headcanon, your actual headcanon thing here, Jared,
Oh.
I'm gonna.
Ethan has a good one in comments.
That's what I'm reading
Um,
here
Would
right
you-
now. He says, "Is this the can't
that
really?"
actually goes to one of mine.
Okay. So Ethan says, "Can't really call it tonight, but my Star Wars headcanon is that Palpatine keeps a Mean Girls style burn book of all of his enemies, adversaries, and other acquaintances." That wouldn't surprise. Yeah,
Totally.
that burn book is called like is the ISB. That is the burn book. Like that is the entire. We just watched a whole show on Palpatine's burn book basically. But yes, that is I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Palpatine does
Oh my
seem
God.
like a petty motherfucker. He seems like a petty bitch. For sure.
This,
Oh my God,
This reminds me. This reminds me of one.
Yeah,
that
how
my
does this
friends
parlay
and I
into one of
came up
yours?
with, like a couple years ago, which is that just off screen through the entire series, but mostly in the prequels, Palpatine has one of those cork boards, Carrie from Homeland style, with his grand master plan and a bunch of red yarn of how he is going to do all of this.
Of course.
Yes.
Right. No,
Love it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
First, I'm
Okay.
going to trick the Trade Federation into taking over my planet. And then this exact thing will have to happen. And then this exact thing will have to happen, and I will become Supreme Chancellor. Like, but in case this thing doesn't happen, we'll do this thing instead.
Yep.
And then I'll be thwarted by the Queen.
Oh
It's
yeah.
great.
No.
It's great. But yeah,
Have-
he's just
Oh, God.
slightly off to the side with his grand master plan.
No, I love.
The
Oh my
whole
God. No, one of the funnier things that's been coming around my TikTok now and then. I've never actually seen the full episode, but it's a Family Guy skit. Stewie's talking to Brian. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they got it, but Stewie goes, "You ever notice that Palpatine has a desk? What? Yeah, and Revenge of the Sith. He's sitting at a desk when Yoda comes there. Like,
Yeah.
what is he at a desk for? What is he doing? What is he, paperwork? Like, oh, Yoda, I am just swamped. These requisitions have to get down to Lois. Will this take more than 5 minutes? Like,
I mean,
why
there's-
does Palpatine need a desk?
He needs something
Or
to
his
look at the
Grand
Death Star
Master
plans
Plan.
on. Right, all of his plans, right? Like, why does that's his desk is the same reason why Stannis or Daenerys or Cersei or anyone needs a painted table, right? Like, it's the same thing. That's his desk, right? That's where he does his work, his planning, his conniving, his scheming. That's how it works. I don't love the team we're playing against. Okay, I need to figure out how to play with Rey better. Wait, why do I have Bosk? I picked what? I picked Kylo Ren.
Nope,
fuck?
you failed.
I guess so. I guess I didn't lock him in. I picked him, but I didn't lock him in. All right, we're gonna change to Darth Maul
I'm
after we
sorry,
die.
I distracted you with my Palpatine voice.
Yeah, you did. The dark side, seduced and betrayed me, evidently. Yep. Okay, go ahead, kill me, Rey. Kill me. Oh yes, mommy. Okay. Let me switch to something.
God, that's one lightsaber I need is Rey's
Over
lightsaber.
mommy?
I don't know what you're talking about. Can we pick?
Rey
we
can
can't
be
pick-
mommy.
Why can't we? Why
Why
can't we
not?
pick Vader? There we go. Wait, no. I was gonna pick Maul, but whatever. We'll go with Vader for now.
Stay out of hallways, stay out of hallways.
Oh no, they,
You look like a badass, but you never get your way.
yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. I don't remember I don't know what my second move is. I know I have a force choke and a lightsaber throw, but I don't know what my other move is. I'm also slow as shit.
Do you have another headcanon, Jared?
Yeah, what is your actual headcanon, Jared?
TIE pilots are the best pilots in the galaxy.
Jesus Christ, that's a bad take. Okay, explain yourself.
I'm sorry. You have basically a gun with an engine.
Yeah.
No shields, just silly maneuverability with awful line of sight because you've got giant solar panels on your left and right. I mean,
Yeah, no,
you
you're not
have to
wrong.
be
The
an
cockpit
ace pilot
design
for
in a TIE fighter is ridiculous. Playing that game in squadrons, you're just like, you can't look. There's no point in looking to the left or the right because there's just
Exactly.
wall. There's nothing there. Yeah, it's really stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
no
then
hyperdrive.
Look at all the
They're
X-wings they take
flying
down.
death traps. But yeah, you don't have to. That doesn't mean they're the best pilots in the galaxy. They're just some of the most expendable pilots in the galaxy. Like,
No.
they just throw them in there as like they're orcs. They're just numbers. They're goblins.
Can I
it's a
propose-
That's how the
mass.
Empire treats them.
Right. Well, then, no, that's like the strategy. Like, it's they go sheer numbers, and they don't give a shit about shields or hyperdrives because it's just a
Oh,
swarm of them.
you don't even know exactly because when I used to play competitive X-wing miniatures,
Yeah.
that was a squad that people would build called a TIE Swarm. The most ships you could put on the map were 8 ships, so we would put 8 TIE fighters down, 7 of them being just pilot trainee styles, and this one good one called Howler, who gave everybody bonuses around. So you would just fly around with 8 ships, causing chaos. Amazing.
So you're
Can I
clearly biased.
propose-
You're also clearly biased because your name is Jared the TIE Night Pilot. Go ahead, Addy. You. of
Can I
course you
propose
may.
a headcanon that I absolutely disdain?
Which one?
All of the
terrible
Pixar
teammate, by the
movies
way.
are not taking place in a shared universe.
Oh, is that like a take that everyone says, like Toy Story and Cars or whatever? Like, that can't be happening because they're clearly different.
It was
They're
one of those
Easter eggs. Get over it.
It was one of those
Agreed.
semi believed it when Pixar was like newish enough and only had like a few different IPs going. Now there's just way too much for it to be all the same universe. Now it's just ridiculous.
I mean, it doesn't bother me if you tell me all of like the vanilla like human ones. Like if you told me Finding Nemo and Toy Story are in the same universe, like I'm like, okay, cool, sure, like that's fine. Like there's a Pizza Planet truck in Nemo, right? Okay, sure. Like that doesn't have any bearing on anything, so I'm like, okay, whatever. But if you try to tell me that Toy Story and Cars are in the same universe, I'm gonna be like, okay, where are all the talking
planes?
cars? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And well, that's like plot connected, right? So that makes sense.
But no, I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We weren't totally useless in that fight for once.
But yeah, and I get upset at the Frozen, Tarzan, Rapunzel ones also. Like
I don't know this one.
So again, they're Easter eggs. Rapunzel does appear in the crowd at Elsa's coronation, but that does not mean that they take place in the same universe. And then they further that theory. Actually, they have furthered that theory twice. The first is that Elsa and Anna's parents are not dead in the shipwreck. They land on an island, and they are the parents of Tarzan, and then get killed by a cheetah. And then also the shipwreck that Ariel finds in the beginning of The Little Mermaid is their ship.
Say that one more time.
Really got a lot of time in the hands.
That last sentence, Addie, one more time. I'm sorry.
That the shipwreck that Ariel finds at the beginning of The Little Mermaid is the parents' ship from Frozen.
Okay. Get out.
I hate it so much.
Yeah. That's... is it a lack of creativity? Is it are we all so lonely everything has to feel connected so that we're never too far away from something we like? Like, what is it? What is it? What do you think?
I don't know, man.
I think it's a combination of I think it's a combination of creators intentionally putting Easter eggs in things that people are then like trying to say is a shared universe, and I blame the Avengers.
Fuck, I'm doing horrible in this game. Yeah, that's probably not a bad place
Because the
to start.
Avengers made everything a shared universe.
Right. Well, they really started just the whole idea of it too.
They definitely did for the moderns,
In
mainstream
movies.
audience. No, in mainstream, because this has been a thing for horror movies for decades. Of weird, like this one is connected to this one. These are like the hurdles horror fans will go through to connect shit or explain randomness or just like one of the funnier ones. It's not even a connect thing. It's what is Jason Voorhees? Is he a zombie? Is he a ghost? Is he a dude like Michael Myers who just won't die?
Yeah, I was just say he's a horror movie villain. It's just a different type of supernatural being, right? Like,
because he goes. Because
what is Freddy Krueger like?
He's a demon. That one gets explained. He is a dream demon.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he is a dream demon.
I apologize.
But the thing is,
let me push my glasses a little more. Sorry.
When Jason's not in the first Friday the 13th, it's Mama Voorhees. Pamela Voorhees does the killing. Oh, we did. Spoiler alert from a 40, 50-year-old movie. But
I honestly didn't know that, but thank you.
Yep. So it's not Jason in the first one because the story is in the 1950s. He was a special needs, had like physical deformities and stuff. Was at Camp Crystal Lake, and the camp counselors were busy doing the horizontal shuffle, and he was picked on and drowned. Supposedly, was drowned. That's why Mama Voorhees goes nuts and comes back to kill everybody when they reopen the camp.
I have to interrupt you for just a quick second. I have to know, Jared, which Obi-Wan skin should we go with? Should we go with Clone Wars armor, or Jedi drip, Obi-Wan.
Jedi drip.
Jedi drip.
I'm a Jedi drip guy. I love robes.
All right.
Armor's fun. Don't get me wrong, but
All right.
there's just something classy about getting the shit kicked out of somebody in robes.
You asshole. I am gonna get my shit kicked in though. We'll see. We have an Anakin and a Luke on our team. I feel like light side is just they changed the Rey. Rey might be the one I want to get back.
Okay.
But anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This game is so pretty though, especially for a game as old
Kingsport.
as it is.
Yeah, Kingsport. I'll get to the explanation of that one in a second. But
Hold on,
anyway,
what is, okay, so Michael Myers had a day show, Jason. Okay, yeah.
That wasn't
right.
That wasn't Michael. They retconned that in the next movie, which was silly.
Okay. Cal, you need to get in here and explain yourself then. There's nothing else to it.
That man has a giant cowboy hat.
But so when Jason, the thing is, there's never any like gravestone or funeral. Like you never hear that Jason was actually found, buried, or anything. So
no body.
Exactly. So the theory. So he has been alive in the woods all these years, just surviving.
With Mace Windu.
And he watched Mama Dukes get beheaded, and thus started his own little killing spree. So for movies like 2 and 3 and 4, there's good arguments that he's just a dude, kind of like Michael Myers, where pain means nothing. He can just kind of plow through injuries and keep going. It's when part 5 isn't Jason either. That is a copycat killer. This franchise is fucking nut job. Part 6.
Is this canon or is this headcanon?
Oh no, this is all. This happens. This is all happening in the movies. There are 10. There are 10 Jason movies chronologically as the original saga. Then there was Freddy versus Jason, which is part of the canon of those two. And then there was a 2009 reboot of Friday the 13th, which is its own timeline, which combines the first 4 original Friday the 13th into one movie. And it's really, really good, actually. It's probably one of the best remakes I've ever seen.
Laser, he looks like Scrimshaw because they finally merged and became one person.
Exactly.
After all of these years, fulfilling Joseph's.
I got greedy.
Oh, you got Force Lightning.
Wow. There you go.
Okay. We're okay.
You got surprise Force Lightning.
Yeah.
Right?
Palpatine kind of he blends in those dark hallways. He's hard to see.
So in Friday the 13th Part 6, it's called Jason Lives. He is buried, has a tomb, is a skeleton, and has come back via lightning because obviously lightning, brings things back from the dead. Exactly. And that's when the debates comes. Is he a zombie? Is he a specter? What the fuck is? Because he just starts rotting from that point on in movies. Like, oh yeah, he like melts in some of them. It's amazing. Oh god.
You have not said anything that has made me want to watch any of these movies.
Oh no, not even trying to do that. But the weirdest, obviously lightning will resurrect anybody, but the weirdest horror movie resurrection ever will always be Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. They have Freddy buried in the third one and whatnot. One of the returning characters from 3 in the beginning of 4 starts dreaming and dreams of like the scrapyard where Freddy is buried. And his dog, and his dog, somehow, his dog is in the dream with him because they established you can dream share in the movie before. The dog urinates fire, a stream of fire, urinating this onto Freddy's grave, and that's what brings Freddy back. Let that sink in.
Hold on, I have to clean up myself.
I won't, and you can't make me.
Oh god. But Kingsport, you are semi-correct. In Halloween H2O, at the end of all the shenanigans, our girl Laurie Strode steals the paddy wagon with the supposed body of Michael in it. She steals it off. As she's driving away, he starts to wake up. Car accident ensues. She sees him reaching out to her, not saying anything. Then she cuts his head off with an axe, and that's how that movie ends. So of course the movie made money, so they're like, he can't be dead, make another one. So in the next one, they retconned it that Michael, before being put in a body bag, woke up, killed an EMT, put the Michael mask on the EMT, and put him in the body bag. So Laurie kills a paramedic that had his windpipe crushed, hence why he couldn't call for help. I love horror movies.
Sorry, I'm desperately trying to catch Boba Fett.
Cal, I would not feel dumb watching mainstream horror. I wouldn't be able to watch it. I am a big nerdy cat.
No! He ran right at me! Oh.
Oh, ooh, that looks like it tickles Steve.
And you ran into Palpatine. Right.
I was gonna say you ran into Force Lightning and rockets.
Yeah. I got Ray with me now though.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen some very disturbing...
Vader in the hallway! Vader in the hallway! Not good! Oh man, it's
never
I opened that door.
I
opened that door.
But he always leaves disappointed.
Okay, yeah, underrated term paddy wagon is that's just a cop car, right? Like is a paddy wagon just a like a
Well,
what is it different?
It's the car. It's the
old
vans
term
they bring to take you to jail.
Yeah, it's like when they arrest protesters en masse and they all get thrown in the back of a van. That's a paddy wagon.
Got it.
Paddy wagon just makes me think of one of my favorite
Dead
horror
do not go
movies.
In a paddy wagon. Says
I did mean ambulance laser. You leave me alone.
One of my favorite scary movies, which you all can tell me is not that scary, is Signs.
Signs is a scary movie. That's a good one.
And that's one of Mel Gibson's lines when he has the alien trapped in the pantry and he doesn't think he's a real alien and he's impersonating a cop to try and get the guy to come out, and he tells him that he's here and he's already taken some of his friends downtown in a paddy wagon, and then he just goes,
yes,
like,
oh my god,
he knows
my favorite
old-timey thing to say.
Yep. No, my favorite little joke of that movie is when he comes home and sees Joaquin and the two kids with the fucking tinfoil hats.
My two favorite jokes in that, the first one related to that is when Joaquin is in the closet with the TV and he tells the children on the TV to move out of the way. Move, children, vámonos. But I also
you asshole Vader.
I also really love the entire exchange with the police officer when they're describing what happened when they chased the aliens around the house the night before.
Yes,
they're just going through like the whole, barring the idea that a bunch of Scandinavian Olympians were running around outside of our house last night, what else might be a possibility? That movie is great, and you can't.
That's a good movie.
Otherwise.
No, I am not a big hater of M. Night Shyamalan. He definitely lost.
I mean, he shat the bed a couple times, but
yeah, he was not the next Spielberg. Yeah, I haven't seen any of his. I gotta see some of his newer ones because I haven't even watched Glass or Split yet.
Split was very good. Glass was fine. I think Glass suffered from the fact that everybody wanted an Unbreakable sequel for years, and then they got Glass. Well, no, I don't even mean that disparagingly. Just like, it
wasn't whatever.
All of the things you love is you build it up in your head, and then it's not what you wanted it to be.
Yep. Nope. That's what happened. That's one of the things I say that happened to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So many years, and too many people decided that KOTOR was their headcanon. It's like
I think Split was. First of all, Split was a very good movie. James McAvoy is amazing in that movie.
But, Glass was ass. Continue.
I also think that Split benefited from the fact that nobody had any expectations of it because you did not know it was in the Unbreakable universe until the end.
And I feel like
credits.
And I feel like that gave the movie like such a because I haven't seen it, but I've heard
Addy.
like I never hear anybody talk about the substance.
Hoth Yavin or Jedi Luke?
Jedi Luke.
Jedi Luke? Okay. Continue, Jared.
You know, no, shit. What were we just talking about?
I'm sorry.
Split.
Oh yeah. So
Shyamalan.
I've never,
Shyamalan
again,
Long.
I haven't seen it, but anytime somebody talks about Split to me, it's not, oh, the acting, the story, the this, the that. It's, dude, that fucking ending got me. It's like, okay, but how's the rest of the movie? I get it. Bruce Willis comes in at the end and you all blew your heads off.
Is the movie
James
good up to
McAvoy-
99?
How's the first?
McAvoy does fantastic work.
I mean, name a movie he's bad in.
Who?
James
James
McAvoy. That he gives a bad performance. He's in some not good movies.
Isn't he in
but
one of
he's
the? I
always
was just
great.
saying, yeah, he's in like some of those Isn't he in like one of those? He's in a good rom-com, but isn't he also in like one of some shitty? I don't remember. I can't tell you off the top of my head, so I'm not gonna pretend to know.
I'm trying to think because he was my favorite part of the Chronicles of Narnia.
He in the
He was in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. He was Mr. Tumnus.
He was?
Yes.
I've only ever seen that movie once.
Yes, he was Mr. Tumnus.
He was in Romeo and Juliet. He was in Penelope.
Wait, Romeo and Juliet. Wait, the more modern one.
No.
Nomeo.
and Juliet.
Oh, Nomeo and
Yeah.
Juliet. I was like, what?
The animated
The
one.
voice acting counts.
Oh, here's a quick question for you guys. Okay, just a very quick question. Don't think about this too hard. Favorite Romeo and Juliet movie?
I hate them all, and I will explain why.
West Side Story.
Okay, fine. Mine's the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and the guns.
Mine is
I
West
like
Side
that one
Story.
too. I have
All right.
a
So why do
severe-
you hate Romeo and Juliet? Tell me.
So the way my school system district ran for learning Shakespeare is, I think we started in like 7th or 6th grade, and the way they did it is every class was assigned a different play at
Look how
kind of
dirty my
random.
boots are.
So
My boots are so dirty.
and that's how they did it from 6th or 7th grade till our senior year of high school.
Okay.
Every year, each class was just assigned a random play. Every year, I was in the class that got Romeo and Juliet. Every single year. Fuck that play. It is a terribly written play. Those kids got exactly what they fucking deserved in it.
Yeah. So it's okay. So childhood trauma led to so
Yes.
Okay, got it. That's
I
fair.
would much rather the oh my god. It was even a plot point in Dead Poet Society. Midsummer's Night Dream.
Oh yeah.
I'd much rather watch that.
I will say I saw And Juliet a couple months ago, which is a Broadway musical of what would have happened if Juliet had woken up and not killed herself at the end and like gone on with her life.
Okay. Speaking of headcanon.
Right?
I guess this is more fan fiction, but yeah, okay.
It was excellent.
Oh man, I keep thinking it's a lightsaber throw.
But Steve, you're not wrong. That Leonardo DiCaprio modern take was really.
I love that. It's so cheesy and perfect. I love it so much. I just fuck people up. God
John Leguizamo was so hot in that movie. So hot. If evil, why hot?
It was just a. I don't know. I like the idea of like the funny.
Don't you be judging my taste in men, Addy.
No. I'm not judging that. I'm saying it's West Side Story all the way. I'm sorry.
You're allowed to have your opinion. That's why this is.
What was your opinion on the Spielberg West Side a few years ago?
I loved it.
I have yet to see it.
I'm kind of mad that my mother refuses to watch it
Why does she refuse to watch it?
because they speak unsubtitled Spanish in it.
Okay, we'll leave that one be.
Yeah, we'll let that one go.
Okay.
Oh my
And
God,
she
so
doesn't
dirty.
know
Oh,
what they're
dirty Lucas.
It's
have
not as bad. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's that she has no idea what they're saying, and that bothers her.
I mean, fair enough. I'm not an anime guy, but the few times I'll watch something, it's always dubs, not subs.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's just that she doesn't know what. But I contend that you can get the context of what they're saying by the emotion, because it's never. there aren't full scenes in Spanish. It's very much conversational, like what I experience with
Spanglish?
people who have not even Spanglish, like where they just go in and out of Spanish and English throughout the course of the conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I grew up with kids who did that with Portuguese.
Yeah, like it's just like it's natural. Like they're thinking,
Yeah,
and
they
can't like they
yeah,
just say
they
it in
think
Spanish
they
because
think in the thought is in Spanish, and then it's got to translate out the tongue.
yeah.
I
And
was
when
an
they get
ignorant
really heated,
simpleton
it just comes
when
out
it
in Spanish.
came to subtitles in movies, not because of like, not because I'm like, I don't want to see some other kind of movie, but more of just like I was too lazy to want to read subtitles, and so I avoided foreign films and movies that were in other languages just because I didn't want to like stare at subtitles the whole time. And then I watched Parasite, and I was like, holy shit, this is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Like, this shit is insane.
It takes the right movie, it's subtitles are a weird thing because again, it takes the right movie to bring you in, but it's also the font,
Yeah.
where the subtitles are. Like, do they move? Is it always down here and like Times New Roman?
Do they come up at the correct speed?
Exactly. You know, it's random shit that makes or break. Speaking of, have you guys ever, because this happened to me a long time ago, have you guys ever randomly, it's like, hey, let's go see this random movie, and it turned out to be in not English? Because that happened to me once, a long time ago.
No.
No, I've never had.
No,
So-
actually, no, I take
Well-
that back. It probably happened to me when I was in college, because when I was in college, I went to a very fancy school, and I had to do these things. I had to go to so many like cultural events before I graduated. Like I
Sounds
had
like
to
fancy
attend
school
like
stuff.
40 cultural events between my first day of my freshman year and graduation my senior year. And it included like they would bring indie films to the local movie theater to see, and a lot of the
Nice.
time they weren't in English. So it probably happened to me at one of those.
No, I will never forget this moment. You guys, I'm sure, are familiar with the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
That
was so
one,
slow
that one
back
I
forward.
enjoyed because it was like watching the Swedish Chef after a while.
So when that movie
Oh, okay. that took me a second.
first came to America, I knew nothing about it. There's a little indie, kind of artsy theater in Providence, Rhode Island called Avon. It's a one-screen theater that does like random stuff kind of things. It's on Thayer Street, if anybody needs to know.
Oh, near
But-
around.
Yep. And I was just every once in a while, especially when I was, this was, I don't know, however long ago this movie came out, just was looking on there. It's like, hey, what's Avon playing tonight? And the title was cool. It's like Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. That's a cool title. And I watched the trailer, and the original trailer was just imagery with some cards, but no talking. Nobody says a bloody word in it. So I sent that trailer to a buddy. I was like, hey, you want to go check this out tonight? Some art film? And he's like, yeah, sure. We get there. And of course, the whole thing's in Swedish. And we did not know that. And then
Nice.
the version we saw in the theaters is not one you can buy. Like, I have the special extended Blu-ray cut of this movie, thinking, hey, this will be the one I saw in theaters, because I've seen a regular theatrical cut, like in a main theater as well after this indie run. Nope. One of the big differences. Have you guys seen the movie?
Which
Both of
one?
you?
Yes.
No.
The Girl with the Dragon.
Oh yes,
All
yes,
right,
yes.
So-
Sorry, I thought you
Swedish
moved on.
one?
Yes. Not
or-
the, not
The
the
Swedish
Swedish one.
one.
I was gonna say not in Swedish, but yes, I've seen the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
No,
And,
I haven't
he's
seen the
talking
Daniel
about
Craig one.
Swedish one.
Yeah, the appropriate one, not Daniel Craig.
No, then I have
But
not.
so in the Swedish one, there is that horrible scene where she visits the counselor manager dude that she's seeing, and he does horrible things.
Okay.
So in the theatrical version of that, the main one that you can get, it's quick cut. It kind of just shows the beginning, cuts to the end, whatnot. The version I have on Blu-ray shows the scene in entirety, but it's like a slow motion. The sound is sucked out. like it does an artsy way of it. The version we saw in theaters was very complete graphic, and the sound was the natural sound. Like they just went for it in that, because I saw like a 3-hour version of that one in that theater.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, holy shit.
They're getting the life of Chuck.
Wait, what?
This theater, they're getting the life of Chuck, the Tom Hiddleston movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, they do great stuff. It's a great fun little theater. And there's a little sandwich place on Thayer Street called East Side Pocket. Very, very fine gyros and pockets and all sorts of sandwich stuff.
It's gyro, you heathen.
Yeah, well, whatever. I
am
am
cultured enough to say stuff
very white.
correctly.
My Greek grandmother is rolling in her grave.
Yeah, well, I'm French and Scottish.
Not my best.
Now, here on the subject of subtitles, since we have gotten very far off of the mark of Steve's topic for the evening.
That's what I was gonna say. If
that.
anyone else wants to call in and talk headcanon, this is your chance. I would like to hear your headcanon takes. I have one thing in response to what you guys were just talking about. Hold on, let me grab Kylo Ren this time before I lose it. And Addy, we
if
asked
you guys
you
are
last
looking
time,
for the
so
link,
Jared,
it is pinned at the top.
It's pinned at the top. Jared, thank you very much. Jared, you get to pick our appearance this time since Addy picked last time. Do you want
Force Awakens?
Okay, so that's
Force Awakens. Masked. Yep. That is
with the mask. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it.
That is my favorite sequel trilogy outfit for any of the characters. I think that is an amazing look.
In this game,
this is the cosplay
general?
I did
No, in the sequel trilogy, in the 3 sequel trilogy films.
Yeah,
I like Kylo Ren's look the best.
That is a hot.
Specifically, the Force Awakens.
No,
the full hood, the little like quarter cape thing off the shoulder.
Well, I was just saying, you've got this. They give you this one for the. This is like his hooded Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Look.
No, I wasn't a fan of the Rise of Skywalker or the Last Jedi. It just when he came out, when I first saw the movie in 15, and he comes off that fucking Epsilon shuttle, I'm just like, oh, they did it right. They did it right.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. This is. I think I'm with you.
To me, that's more. It'll never will be because just of everything. But to me, it should be more iconic than Vader.
I prefer unmasked, but that's for completely different reasons.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That moment in Force Awakens where he takes the helmet off in front of Rey for the first time, and you see I get it.
The product that had to be in that hair because he has absolutely no helmet hair at all.
Dreams, okay? I'm telling you, I get it.
I so want to see the behind the scenes of that playing out the first time before they read it, just to see.
He got his grandmama's hair.
Yeah. He sure did. This version actually looks really good in game too. This game's so pretty for being as old as.
Who do you guys?
Anakin,
Here's a fun one.
Hold on.
Anyway, what I was saying was,
I
had one. Damn it! I just got my ass kicked.
By Luke.
Just one more time by movie language things was one of my core memories being in a movie was when I went to see Dinosaurs as a kid. The Disney animated dinosaur movie.
Yep. Yeah, Dinosaurs.
Yeah, Dinosaurs, right? And
I really think it's Dinosaur.
Whatever.
All right, now I'm looking it up.
Anyway,
Continue.
that was one of the great marketing campaigns of all time as far as like Disney movies go, because that shit was everywhere when it came out. But anyway, I remember going to the movie with my dad. I just remember him literally saying, "Oh, thank God," when the dinosaurs started talking in the movie.
He thought he'd signed up for Fantasia.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, he thought he was about to sit in a movie theater for an hour and a half of dinosaurs just like walk around. Not like he was.
Addy was right. It is singular. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Okay, there we go.
You know what I was thinking of? Was
The
We're
90s
Back.
TV sitcom.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
Someone
We're
else
Back.
who knows We're Back. I was trying to convince one of my coworkers the other day, whose kid has gotten really into dinosaurs, that he should find a copy of We're Back, and no one had any idea what I was talking about. And I was
Uncultured
like, this was one of
heathens.
the few non-Disney VHS tapes that we owned. Like,
Oof. All right, we're still
I think we discovered it's not on a streaming service, but I think you can watch the entire thing on YouTube. And I don't want to because I want that movie to remain as good as I think it is.
Yeah, you have to rent it on Prime.
That's understandable.
So I have a question for both of you dealing with subtitles and languages in movies. Have you ever in not a fully foreign language film, but in a movie that has a lot of non-English language in it, is there a movie or a series of movies that you have seen enough times that you don't need the subtitles anymore? You know what they're saying.
Yes, but not necessarily because I hear the words, but just because I've read it enough. Like,
Exactly.
There's
Exactly.
a Japanese, there's a few Japanese horror movies that I have watched too many times, and know all the words that I shouldn't.
Now, there is nothing that requires subtitles that God damn, I'm getting worked every time.
Like for me, the answer to that question is both Star Wars and The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yes. I think Star Wars is kind of like cheating. So what I was gonna say was like Rush Hour 1 and 2. As far as movies, like I don't need subtitle. Like I could probably watch it in a foreign language or two, and like I pretty much know everything that's going on. Same thing with the animated Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I see how you
that's
took
a
the
different
question.
interpretation of the question. There's an unlimited number of movies I could do that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
could do that.
then I apologize. I got the question.
I am
wrong.
a
I'm too busy
comfort
getting my
watcher.
ass kicked in this game because I'm.
Same. What is the thing that's always on in the background, Daddy?
It changes. It depends on my mood.
You guys are doing a
But
better
the
show than I
TV
am.
is
I'm just sitting here
always
playing
on.
Battlefront. Just letting you guys chill. This is great. Oh shit, Ray's gonna kick my ass. Go over the hill. Go over the hill.
Okay.
Without fail.
He like
Woof.
right now.
Well, I got
it's just.
It's always Star Trek. Yeah, we
What's the
good here.
score?
It's
We're
tied
okay right
4-4 in the top of the ninth.
Oh, you're talking Rays.
Oh.
Okay. We're not winning. but
Oh,
we-
I had very sad sports news for personal me today.
Oh, yeah, so-
Brad Marchand re-signed with the
I saw
Florida
that.
Panthers.
Yeah, big deal. Holy shit, that's a lot of people. over
6 years.
there. 6 years for like a whole boatload of money too, right?
Yeah. I didn't see the amount, but I'm assuming a boatload. But it's like he's 37, 38. That's a huge
Yeah.
contract
For 6 years
for a
yeah.
hockey player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like-
yeah. And hockey contracts are notoriously
if-
long, but 6 years for an old guy like that is
They
for someone
they
that
are,
age
but
is
like
a lot.
exactly, like that's some elder hockeyness right there.
Yeah. That contract would get torn apart if it was any other sport. But hockey's weird. Ovechkin is an old guy, and he can still, as crazy as hockey is, the fact that hold on, I need to. God damn it! I could've
Well,
I should've
and
done
also-
both of them. Damn it!
Ovechkin's weird because it's like if you actually watch a Capitals game and how they use Ovechkin, they just he sits in a corner until they can
Yeah.
get him a one-timer. He's
Yeah.
not doing all the cool Ovechkin shit anymore. You know.
Oh, okay. So he's just taking like old. He's like the old
He-
dude at the Y who's just taking threes. Basically, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
He's
Okay.
and that's kind of been his like he's always been a great player. I mean, a terrible human being. He's always been a good player, but that's his bread and butter. Like, watch his shifts. He's on the off wing at the dot, stick up all the time, just waiting for that one timer. It's like it's one of those. It's like leaving LeBron alone on the other end of the court for threes all day.
Hold on. I really want to try to kill a Luton here.
Get him.
I could have played a really interesting drinking game tonight
What's that?
because we're playing.
Yes, we got
the
him.
Team formerly known as the Oakland Athletics.
What are they
I'm
called
gonna
now?
Well, we had
The Athletics.
Just the athletics.
Oh, Brady, if you're back,
They no longer
Brady, if
live
you're
in
back, get
Oakland?
back in here. I saw Brady in here. I would love to get Brady in here because we're gonna go for about 10 to 15 more minutes. But I would love to hear
but-
Brady's favorite headcanon. So Brady, if you're still out there, call back in. I was just about to get you on.
You could have drank every time the announcers called them Oakland.
So what are we supposed to call them right now? What are they currently called?
I think they're just like the athletics ball
They're just
club.
they're just the
Club
they're
or
just the
something.
athletics. They're
Yeah,
Where's their stadium? Where are they playing?
they're playing. They're also playing in a small stadium, minor league stadium in Sacramento, while they build the one in Las Vegas.
right.
That's right. They went to Vegas or going to Vegas.
Ass kick. All right, Brady says we'll be
And
right
it
back. So we'll
says,
hang
but
out
the
until
funny
Brady
thing
gets
is that it says Las Vegas on their sleeve where like sponsors go. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they're currently sponsored by
I believe
Vegas,
no, they might
but
literally
they-
no, Addie. I think you are right. I
Yeah.
think they are literally sponsored by like the Vegas Commerce or Sports and
Yeah.
like tourism
No,
department.
it's
something
probably
like
the
that.
Vegas. Yeah. It's the tourist department. Definitely the
Yeah,
tourist
something
department.
like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know who has no sponsorship logo on their sleeve?
The Tampa Bay Rays.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Do you think that's by choice, Addie,
Well-
or do you think it's because
That's just because nobody wants to sponsor them.
I wasn't gonna
I
say,
like to
I
believe
wasn't
it's
gonna
by
say it like
choice and that
that.
we're more principled than that.
They couldn't find the right deal. No, I don't care, dude. That doesn't. I mean, I like the forbidden sport that is soccer that we heard Ken rail about the other day.
I love
Uh,
soccer. Listen, I had so many things to say in my car when I listened to soccer.
We love Ken, but Ken can be wrong too.
Oh yeah, no, he is often. Oh hey, look, we finally showed up on the scoreboard in the game, even though we lost. All right, we're gonna get like one or two more of these in. This is great background. fodder for me.
0-0 draw in soccer is like
No, don't. That's not the case you want to make, Annie.
Yeah, I'd rather the
I'm
one.
a soccer
This
guy, and
doesn't
that's not
have
the
to
fight
go
we
into
want to
that,
fight.
though.
Isn't a football team sponsored by Nintendo
You know how much
Switch?
skill it takes to not score?
Maybe. I know the Seattle Sounders were sponsored by Xbox for a long, like Microsoft, and they had the Xbox on their jersey for a really long time.
Yeah, that as much as I do love soccer, I
PlayStation
don't like the sponsor
sponsors
stuff
a bunch
everywhere.
of stuff in the Champions League. Here's the thing. All right, hold on. Let's
I
grab.
like that
Can
John
we get?
Green owns a player
we're
and a
gonna
half
grab-
on
we're gonna-
Wimbledon.
Like I don't watch F1, but I don't want to see a bunch of
Fuck,
sponsor
what the hell?
stickers. I just want to see a pretty F1 car.
No, I get that, and I'm with you on that. I don't want to see the stickers either. But here's the thing, and here's the compromise we make, or at least here's the compromise we tell ourselves. When you watch soccer, the ads, the commercials, are on the jerseys and on the sideboards.
That's fair.
I don't watch when I
Yeah.
watch a football game. I am inundated with ads all day, every 4 seconds. Right, every first down, I get 2 Bud Light and a Domino's commercial. Like with soccer, the ad is on the jersey, the ad is on the boards all around the game, and you get 45 minutes of uninterrupted game, and then you get a halftime show in which they spend half the time showing you commercials and the other half people yapping. But you're not getting, you know what I mean? Same thing with racing. Like F1 game, you know how many commercials there are in F1 races? 0. Because all the ads are on the cars and on the team names.
Saudi
and
blood money,
all
that's
that
why.
And this, well, that's a whole. You know, we did this the other day, so I'm gonna. I've already.
There
why am I
are
Captain Phasma?
commercials during NASCAR races, though.
Well,
Well,
I don't.
that's
I'm not a.
NASCAR.
I'm not
They're
really a
long.
NASCAR guy, but yeah, no, you're not
Yeah.
wrong. But yeah,
Steve isn't that redneck.
I'm not a really NASCAR guy.
I
this year.
used to live in NASCAR
I don't
country.
know. Just kill me. I
Oof.
don't want to be Phasma anyway. I'm dead. Go ahead.
Poor Phasma.
I was
didn't know
related
that-
to someone who worked
know
for
why
a
I was ever
company that
Phasma.
sponsored a NASCAR race, so I had to go twice a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I've been
in
to it. I've
Powell's
been
neck of
to
the
it.
woods.
Don't get me wrong. I've been to a NASCAR race. Very fun experience. Sorry. Oh man, young Hunt guy.
I don't know. I kind of have the Cartman opinion of NASCAR. Yeah, we're gonna take left-hand turns all day.
It is
Then
a
we're
lot
gonna
of
drive
left-
straight. Then we're
It
gonna
is-
take another left-hand turn.
You're not wrong. It is a lot of that. There is
At least
a.
F1 does that.
There
Yeah, they do-
wasn't.
at
There
least they
wasn't a
turn
lot
right.
of going.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of going
Sure,
straight at the NASCAR races I saw because it was the world's fastest half mile.
Oh, jeez.
Go round, 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 round.
So the style is different, which is fair. I've been going in person is a completely different experience than being on TV, and that's like I get that that's an obvious thing to say, but like aside from just the commercials, like it is like a completely different. I recommend anyone who just likes sports, or if you like, I mean, obviously if you like motorsports, but if you like sports at all, to go to at least one NASCAR race if you get the opportunity, just because it is a cultural experience. Like, don't, it's kind of like going to a sports game and making sure don't wear your away hat or anything, if you know what I mean. But
it is a
enjoy the experience
before the race begins.
Yeah, that's a good right. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. I remember going as a 17-year-old, showing up.
Is a cultural experience.
I went to a race at Richmond International Raceway as either a 17 or maybe a freshly 18-year-old. And we immediately went into, they had a giant tent sponsored by Skoal, like the chewing tobacco company. And they didn't check our ID or anything. We went right in. Because you know why? There were just like several women outside in bikinis like advertising chewing tobacco. And we're like, sure, we'll go into this giant like trailer thing. And it was just like a thing you walked through where you could buy merchandise and they gave you like free samples and stuff. And then they were like, oh, hey, you should like buy all this stuff. It's like, oh, no, sorry, I'm 17. I can't afford jack shit. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll see you later. And that's pretty much the experience. And like, oh, well, you can't have any alcohol. I'm like, yeah, bummer. And that's what it was. But it was a very fun. It was a hell of a time. Like, it was just because it's just, man, that was. And this might have even been pre-Obama. So it was, we were living in a whole different world culturally.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting old, Steve.
I know.
Actually, funny sports thing today. There was a kid who was in the NHL draft. Got drafted by the Mighty Ducks.
Remember Brady in here?
And his
talking,
last...
Brady, you're gonna be in here, but no, don't worry, I'm the only person who can see you. Well,
but
Natty, but it's okay. Go ahead.
So this guy's name is Roger McQueen, and he took the number 95. He is McQueen 95.
Like
yes, he did that on purpose.
It's like the car. It's like cars, right? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He because the Ducks are owned by Disney. Yeah, the Anaheim Ducks are owned by Disney. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
that was
yeah.
Yeah, actually, the movie The Mighty Ducks is the reason we have the Yep, it is the reason we have the Mighty Ducks team.
Oh, I'm trying to murder Yoda. It works. Okay.
They even make the joke in D2 when one of them is talking to one of the girls. It's like they named the NHL team after us.
That's neat. All right, so I'm just sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, Jared.
No,
but we just
we got Brady here.
Brady has joined the fracas, and we are happy to have him. Brady.
LeBron's a choke artist.
That's not a nice thing to say. That's also objectively false. How are you doing?
I'm sorry. How many times has he lost in the finals?
How many? Dude, he's won 4 of them. Like, hop off. Like, what do you?
And he's lost how many? 5, 6.
How many
did Jordan?
That means he's been.
How many did Jordan lose?
That means he's been.
How many did Jordan lose?
Jordan.
How many did Jordan lose?
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right now. We're gonna do this right now.
Right, how many times did Jordan take the buzzer beater to win?
If Jordan wasn't banned from the sport for 2 years, it would have been a totally different story. But he was a degenerate.
Hey, Jared, why aren't you a Celtics
allegedly.
fan?
I am a Celtics fan, but that doesn't mean I can't respect Jordan. Because it's fun to do that to people. Because that's the only argument I need against LeBron. You want me to bring up a real argument? How about 10-time winner?
Ring culture has destroyed this country. Ring culture has destroyed this country, and I'm not even talking about the sports part of it. Okay, like it is.
Bill Russell, 10 rings.
But we're gonna let Brady talk because I
Russell...
imagine Brady had things to say before just having to defend LeBron James.
When Bill Russell won, I wasn't allowed in the country.
Big Shot Bob is not.
None
the
of us were
player.
alive when Bill Russell won.
Big Shot Bob Orry is not the greatest player in the history of the game, even though he also has like 5 or 6 championships because he just ring hopped from team to team and hit some good shots in the playoffs. So no, we're not gonna do that. Brady, what's up?
Hey, am I not too echoey?
No, you're
what?
good.
Oh no, you're fine.
I'm wondering if I'm sounding echoey.
I think you're okay.
No,
I
you're
mean,
good.
you're not. You sound.
You have taken
Fine.
steps back from the microphone, but you're fine.
I'm on the go.
I'm not hearing an actual echo, so you're good.
Okay. It's only me.
You're. It's Brady on the go.
No,
it's Brady.
It's not an echo. It's a slight reverb.
You're our cleanup hitter. We're gonna get going here pretty soon. We probably got about 10 or 15 more minutes, even though I said that 10 or 15 more minutes ago. But I need to actually pay attention to one of these games because I've just been a terrible teammate. I want to know what questions or things you had to call in about, period, but also what your headcanon take is if you have one, because that is our topic of the evening.
Yeah. Well, I just want to first talk about the subtitles.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. Shoot.
Y'all never had to like depend on subtitles?
Like I said, only for the few movies in foreign languages that I've seen, which are not many. I am a privileged. I grew up a privileged suburban white boy, and most of the movies I saw were in English, so it just wasn't an issue. And most of the time, if they weren't, they were in English and they were just poorly dubbed. And so I still got the sound, right? You know what I mean? Like if there were anime or cartoons I wanted to watch as a kid, like I just dealt with like the poor dubbing. It was like whatever. You know what I mean?
Really?
So yeah, I know that sounds bad, but it's the truth.
Sometimes the dubbing is just like way off.
it's almost always way off.
Yeah, especially the 4 kids stuff. Jesus, they had to
Especially the
somehow
kids stuff.
shoehorn Jesus into it.
And I'm sure Jared knows all about that with like Power Rangers and stuff, because so much of that is hack and slash as far as being between two different. I mean, if I don't kill this Han Solo, this is bad.
Yeah, gotta love taking Super Sentai footage and
exactly
distributing it.
This doesn't even count because I got so much help.
Is that why Rita Repulsa never is saying what she looks like she's saying?
Yeah, even Will McLean says watching Squid Game, the dubbing is so off. Yeah, if 2025 we still can't get dubbing right. That's disappointing. I say that and watch. That's one of those things they're gonna do with AI, and we're gonna regret asking for it. Ugh. Sorry, Addie. What was your what was your actual question?
It's not important. Continue.
No, it is. I'm sorry. Please.
No.
It isn't. What was your question?
I said, is that why Rita Repulsa never looks like she's saying what she's actually saying?
Nope. Not even close.
Yeah.
Nope. She's speaking Japanese. It is overdubbed.
Okay.
Yeah. So
as a kid, I never noticed, and then I went back and watched some as an adult, and I was like, "What is going on?" Like,
we're gonna try Ray.
Am I having a stroke?
All right, Brady, you're the last one here. You get to pick the skin. Which Ray appearance should we go as? Should we go as OG Ray, Octo Ray, Jedi Training Ray? Like, give me Ray Skywalker. Which Ray do we want?
There is a wrong answer.
You gotta go with Ray Skywalker.
Ray Skywalker? Okay, we're going Ray Skywalker.
Yeah.
Got it.
Make the haters cry.
I love it. I dig it.
Show them with the yellow lightsaber.
Lightsaber is really cool. Yeah, the activation sounds.
I have only ever heard one good faith-based argument as to why somebody did not like her being a Skywalker, and it was actually, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Emma Fyffe from the Collider days.
Yeah.
She brought it up where something in her life made her very connect with when Rey would bring up to people she's Rey from nowhere, and that meant a lot to her. So when she chose the name Skywalker, Emma felt it took something away from the power of being just Rey from nowhere.
Okay.
Which was it's an interesting take. It'd be one of those things like, I forget where I heard her say it, but it wasn't like a situation where she was able to go on and elaborate more. But it's like, okay, I can see that.
I think it was an episode of Screen Junkies, because I've heard her say the same thing.
Yeah. My only response to that is, well, she has to put something on her government forms,
The new Republic paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she puts Palpatine, it's probably gonna cause issues.
Solo. You have
Oh god.
Do you have headcanon, Brady?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brady. Yes, please. Okay, so what is your... Also, the other thing I wanted to ask you, Brady, was I've been playing...
Hold on. I think Brady's in a horror movie.
I was going to say...
It is a black dark... Brady, bark twice if you're okay.
The lights just went out. Are you still alive, Brady?
We can still hear him. We have audio, which is all that really matters. Brady, really quickly, can you tell me if anything important has happened in the NBA in the last hour and a half? Because I've just been getting my ass kicked in Battlefront, so I haven't seen anything.
Well, it's just a bunch of role-playing movements. I don't.
But like Giannis hasn't moved, or like you know, nothing like crazy like that.
Yeah, people are.
Our basketball season was over.
It is over, but the real season started today, Addy, with free agency. Now all the way today was whale hunting day.
Don't
as
worry.
they call it.
Is that
Hockey
why I
free
saw
agency starts
some-
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Is that why I
exactly.
saw some headline that LeBron optioned some
Yeah,
contract?
LeBron.
clause to-
LeBron said, "Fine, I'll take my $50 million or whatever it is." Said, "Fine, I guess I'll take it." I mean, if I have to, it's essentially what happened. Which was surprising because LeBron doesn't often do that. He usually uses the option to renegotiate his contract and get either a bigger boatload of money or break the heart of whatever fan base he's currently at and move to another team. So, yeah.
But
Don't ask me how I know.
relationship with the organization.
Yeah, well, yeah, LeBron's gonna be Mr. Hollywood as soon as he's done playing basketball anyway. So he's not going anywhere.
I hope not. I didn't even see that Space Jam sequel, and
I didn't either.
Just-
I love the first Space Jam. And
Well,
I'm
the
pro
first Space
LeBron,
Jam's a
honestly.
classic.
I still didn't see it. Like if we're splitting ourselves into camps in this country like we do everything else, I would be in the pro LeBron side. Holy shit, Paul just fucked this up.
Oh, so you want to hear about your headcanons?
Yes, play
Yes.
some of your headcanon. And Brady, you sound a little further away than you did before. So if there's anything you do to boost yourself up, go for it. If not, I can turn you up a wee bit if I have to.
Okay. Am I better now?
Yeah, that's a little better, but I'll fix your stuff. Go ahead.
He's powerful and full of hate.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
Yep,
I
you're
hear you,
here.
buddy. You're good. Man, I
okay,
get
okay.
booty kicked. Go ahead.
So these are all shipping.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So if it weren't the fact that they're different species, Utopia would be a rom-com.
All right, you're a little quiet. Hold on. I'm turning down my game music so I can hear you a little
Go
better.
back to your homeworld.
Oh, I just said that if it weren't the fact that they were different animals, that Utopia would be a rom-com.
you know what? I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, they just they acted the way they act. It's like total rom-com. It's like, but they're different animals. And then my second one is
Steve can't.
Oh yeah, go on your go ahead.
Steve's
With your,
having trouble with
go
that
ahead
one.
with your second one. Yeah.
I haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't think they're gonna do this. But in Breath of the Wild, Link and Zelda are totally smacking lips.
Link and Zelda are what?
Totally
One more time?
Smacking lips.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They've been doing that
Well,
since
isn't that what they always do?
1984, right? Like
No.
it's,
5.
no.
Not in Twilight Princess. That was Link in Midnight.
Well, I think Link is just a little bit of a man whore, but Zelda, like you don't hear about Zelda.
Link is
with
definitely a
anybody else.
fuckboy.
Yeah, yeah. Link is like a twink icon, is he not? Like, right? Like I figured. No.
you
Am
keep
am
my
giving out
people
the
out of your
secret?
mouth,
No, I'm sorry. I just thought that was like common knowledge. I'm sorry. Like him and Cloud from Final Fantasy. No, this is what I like when I thought. Anyway, tell me I'm wrong. No, okay. So specifically Breath of the Wild. Okay. Are you an avid Zelda enjoyer, Brady? Did you play the older games before your time?
Not many, but
Yes,
still
I've played almost every Zelda game except Zelda 2 and A Link to the Past, which I'm
Okay.
starting up
Yeah,
soon.
nobody's played Zelda 2, so that's fair. That's fine.
First off, fuck you, Steve.
Oh come on,
Zelda
tell me
2
I'm
is
right. No
great.
I know I'm not saying it's bad, but like no one's played Zelda 2. Like let's come on.
It's just-
And Link to the Past is the best Zelda game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I just haven't played it yet.
Okay, so but
Well-
you're convinced that this whole shipping. Okay, I'm just Brady. I get it. This is fair. Your headcanon, like this is you are actually answering the question really well because this isn't fan fiction or like totally out of the wild. This is just like a thing you believe, but it hasn't been explicitly stated or anything. Wow, that was a one shot kill. That was easy. It hasn't been like explicitly stated or like really elaborated on. So I think you win just from a nailing the argument thing. You're not exactly reinventing the wheel, I guess is all I'm saying. Like this is a pretty good one. This is like, well, I don't even know. Like, is there any? I don't even know what would be like a good comparison. I don't know. Like, well, no, I don't want to get into like, no. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go. I don't even want to go down a path. I think this is.
Steve was about to say Samus did funny things with the Metroid.
No, that's a whole nother ballpark of things.
Wait, Samus is with the computer.
If anything, it's more like Cortana. You know what I mean? That's what I would be more worried about, because that's like more of an actual visual representation of something else. But anyway, and then she ends up being like crazy. But anyway, were those your two? I'm sorry, Brady. Did you say you had 3 or 2?
I said 2.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. Zelda and Link is a very
well. Then Brady, you need to weigh in. Is Mace dead or alive?
He's dead. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
All right.
Good answer.
I'm glad we're all on the same page. I don't even know where this necessarily came from. Someone brought it up. It was probably JMB. Who knows?
It was Cal.
Was it?
It was totally says I am Mayor. That's why no one plays Zelda 2. That's funny.
I will say,
Man,
I'm
I'm
really
getting
good
my ass
at
kicked
if,
all
like,
night.
Sam Jackson wants to come back. Is that I like the idea? This is like a total indie film idea. Is that they have like flashbacks while he's falling from the building.
The movie ends when he goes swoosh.
Yeah. Or it's like at the beginning, like maybe wondering how he got here.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Just yes.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Alrighty. Hold on, I'm gonna switch.
Is that Cal? Or I mean Callus? Agent Callus? Oh no.
It is. Yeah, that was. It switched to Obi-Wan just as I switched away. But that is gonna.
Agent Callus and
Battlefront this evening.
Is it time to say goodbye to all our company?
It's just about. It is just about. We're winding down here. We're just going to. We were going to see if anyone wanted to. Last chances for any calls. If anyone wanted to come in and talk about their favorite headcanon. Brady brought the heat there at the end. It was a very good one. Brady, I didn't want you to think it wasn't good. I just didn't even think. In my head, I'm just like, at first my first reaction to it was like of course Lincoln Zelda, like that's like the most obvious thing ever. But then I'm just like, I keep thinking, I'm just like, but you're right. It's never like, they never, for the Zelda Link shippers, especially the new generation ones, like the Breath of the Wild ones, they never really give you that satisfaction. So, yeah.
It never, it never hits. It always reaches third base and never goes home. Like
Poor Link.
Very close. We got very close in Skyward Sword.
Brady, did you walk to the other side of the room?
It sounds like he went to the other side of the closet. Yeah, but it's okay, buddy. It's okay. You brought it when it mattered. That's okay. Oh God, now I see his face. It really is like a horror movie. I'm sorry, Brady. I mean that in the best way possible. I really genuinely hope you're okay. If you are in any way in any kind of danger, calling in and telling us about your favorite headcanon is not worth putting yourself and letting the monster find you. So it's not. I promise it's not worth it.
Here's the gaming couple question: Mario and Peach or Mario and Daisy?
Wait, isn't Daisy with Luigi?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I'm not well versed enough in Mario lore to give an informed answer on that. I think another one I would have gone there too, but I think this one. I think those things are actually inferred. But like the Power Rangers were all like messy with each other, were they not, Jared?
There's a funny thing. There was a kissing rule implemented. There was only in the 30 years of Power Rangers United States version. There's one kiss, and it's between Tommy and Kimberly in season 2.
Tommy and Kimberly were the couple.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but they were officially a couple, though, right?
Yep. And since then, that was too hot for the kids. No more
Too
kissing.
much.
So,
Too much.
so
Too
all
much.
you
too
got
much, too
were
much.
were energetic hugs from there on out.
Right. Of course. Good.
What?
No, that's all the
Yep.
kids can handle. That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also the American Power Rangers pretty much refused to kill characters. If you watch Super Sentai, people die left and right. Rangers come and go. The only time they did it
That's
for
another
the American
example of no body, no death. Because didn't
Yep.
Tommy die?
Oh,
Nope.
I couldn't tell you.
Nope,
anything
Tommy-
about Power Rangers.
Tommy was-
as the evil ranger.
No, he never died. He was 5 different Rangers. He
Didn't
Tommy
they
got
think he was dead.
no.
Tommy
He
got
was
a
never-
lot of
no.
paychecks from
You kidding me?
Saved Entertainment.
Tommy-
whoever else
Tommy
was there.
Oliver is one of you, Addie. He is Dr. Tommy Oliver. He has a PhD. He
In Power
becomes
Rangerism because
He's
he
dead
was there
now.
for
Rest
so
in
long.
peace.
yes, no, that he was one of the first celebrities that like I've gotten sad when I was a kid over some celebrities, but like the day Jason David Frank I found out, like
Yeah.
I was sobbing. Like
Oh.
I have met that man so many times. That man was my childhood. That man actually knew my name. Like I used to cover conventions for press and stuff.
Yeah.
So he would see me at shows, even if I wasn't working, and remember me. And we pissed off a whole line of people once because he saw me and a buddy walking, and he waved us over to the front. We weren't even in line. He just
Yeah.
waved us over to get a
Yeah.
picture real quick.
No.
But nope, he was Mighty Morphin Green, Mighty Morphin White, Zeo Red, Turbo Red, and then Dino Thunder Black.
But between
Not gonna.
green and
With all the
white,
stuff on your wall,
didn't
Jared.
he
I'm not
go
gonna
evil?
question those credentials.
No, so he was originally so Tommy was the new kid in school who was
Right.
and who was at a karate competition against Tommy. Against Tommy. And they tied. So Rita saw this. It was like, he's gonna be my Green Ranger because it never was explained, but she had a power coin, the Dino Thunder power. The Dinozord power coin. So she puts a spell on Tommy. So he goes evil green.
Right, he was evil. Thank you.
He was. No, he was. He was never dead. He was evil. Then they destroyed the Sword of Darkness, which broke the spell.
Of course.
So he was good Green Ranger, but the
Obviously.
Green Ranger powers didn't last very long, mostly because the Green Ranger died in 6 episodes in Super Sentai, so they had to like really work that story because
This
he
was-
became very popular. But
this-
he loses the green powers go away completely. They're
Uh-huh.
gone. There's a candle that burns out that takes them away. So then he
Candle.
becomes
Candle.
oh yeah, that's
Of all things, it's a candle
yeah.
that takes him out. Okay.
yeah, it was a
Continue.
magic candle.
Go ahead, land this plane.
That-
You got it.
So then he goes away and like is studying abroad and blah blah blah, and they make him the White Tiger Ranger,
Okay.
and that was a big like, hey, who's this new Ranger? It's Tommy.
And then
again.
we had the
Yay.
movie,
I
right? And that's when the
remember that.
movie. That's
Yep.
around when the movie
Yep.
happens, right? Okay.
Yep, that's when the movie happens. He's the White Ranger in the movie.
Yeah.
So then, when Mighty Morphin ends and they move to Zeo, because they lose the Mighty Morphin, he becomes Zeo Ranger 5, the red guy.
Uh-huh.
Then the next movie happens, Turbo, and they got rid of the Zeo powers for the Turbo powers. And fun fact,
Of course.
the Zeo powers were supposed to be the most powerful powers of any Ranger team. Like that
Uh-huh.
was the creme de la creme.
Uh-huh.
So people were like, why did we need Turbo powers then? The canon reason,
We have to sell
because
more
the
toys,
Zeo-
Jared.
no. The Zeo powers were couldn't work with water. If you watch the Turbo movie,
Jared, and I'm very
So
sorry
it was
about
the
that.
Yep,
it was
if
the
you
War
watch
of
the
Worlds
Turbo mo-
problem of the Power
if you watch the
Rangers as well.
Turbo movie, when they're going to look for the Turbo powers, Kat
Okay.
tries to morph into her Zeo form while falling down a waterfall, but it can't work because she's wet. So that's why they need the Turbo power.
Hey, and
Then
I'm
many-
going to use that opportunity to take us
Steve.
off of these rails. Heyo.
I had one
As
more
soon as
Ranger
you
to
get
go.
Very
And tell
sorry.
me what it was, Jared. What was the last Ranger without giving me the Wikipedia article on
Then
the
he comes
backstory?
back. Then he comes back many seasons later, full doctorate, grown up, becomes the Zordon to the Dino Thunder team until he finds his own Dino Gem and becomes Dino Thunder Black.
Of course.
And
It's
then he
like
makes
the
another
Amex
guest
Black
appearance.
card of Power
Yep.
Rangers. Yeah.
And then he
I
makes another
apologize
guest
for
appearance
asking
later.
Jared.
Yep. Oh, you got this going. Then he gets another guest appearance later.
Hey,
and
hey,
has
hold on,
this
no, you didn't
morpher-
say. Well, you didn't
Then
say
he
there's
has the
gonna be any
mas-
in this. You're taking.
And then he has
advantage
the
of me.
Master Morpher. The Master Morpher lets him go
Okay.
through all his Ranger forms.
Okay.
All 5 of them.
Okay. So that's where we're landing this plane. He goes through a journey of getting all 5, and then he can go through all 5. Great, fantastic. It's an important conversation. I'm glad we're having it.
Steve, I let you rant about F1 the other day. You give me my Rangers.
I'm gonna pull a
Hey,
Ken.
can I have one more?
I'm gonna pull a Ken. It's my show, Jared. I get to rant about whatever I want. So that's how these things work. Brady, before I start winding things down, I wanted to make sure did we get to all the things that you wanted to bring to the table this evening, or are you continuing to run away from a horror movie villain in the dark closet that you're currently residing in?
Nah, I thrive in the dark.
Okay,
The
good.
monster's not. I'm not stuck with the monster. The monster's stuck with me.
Brady. That's exactly what we want. Brady, I'm going to take you off the stage so that you can't actually like ruin as good of a dismount as that was from a the monster's not stuck in here. I'm not stuck in here with the monster. The monster's stuck in here with me. So we're going to let that be your dismount, Brady. Thank you for for bringing us to a place that let us down wherever the hell it is. We just went with Jared. I'm also blaming Addy for that as well. But I like Brady's Zelda Link take. That was very good. Addy, Jared, thank you so much for hanging out. This was partly a fun gaming back. Oh, you had another? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brady. Go for it. Sorry. Go. I didn't want to. I didn't. I thought you had a really good dismount, but go ahead. What was it?
Homer Simpson is not actually that dumb. He's a genius, and he just stuck a crayon on his brain. Okay, that's it.
Okay, can you put a pin on that one? I'm gonna. Nope, we're not opening this can of worms right now. I have to go soon. Brady, I like this. I want you to come to the next backstage with like actual facts and evidence and telling me why. Okay, I need you to support this argument as if Homer Simpson is your client and you're his lawyer and you're keeping him out of stupid jail. Okay.
Go do some experiments with Sir Kristen about it.
Well, don't do that. That's actual work in science.
Kristen is broken, and we're not talking about it.
We're not talking about Sir Kristen. We don't want to get. I don't want to piss Addy off. It's already 10:30 at night.
4-hour stream.
Brady, that's good though.
No,
Jared, we're wrapping up. I'm sorry. Anyway, Brady, thank you for your thank you for hanging out. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate your takes.
Peace.
I hope the closet monster doesn't get you. Take care. Jared, Addy, thank you all so much for hanging out. Addy, you've been here almost damn near the whole time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for just hanging out, watching me playing video games. I just wanted to, like I said, we had a hell of a Monday, folks. I think everyone just had a Monday, so I just needed to like hang out and play video games for a little bit. So
we're always here.
I appreciate everyone just hanging out with us and
You
getting
have
through the end of a
absolutely
Monday
no
with us.
idea how excited I got when I was checking Discord like all afternoon to be like, is Steve gonna give me a backstage tonight? I really need that.
Oh, I don't even wait
Well-
for that. I just usually either blue sky him or direct message him.
Yeah, he
Backstage,
just bothers me.
question mark?
Yeah, he just bothers me on his own. I'm just like, yeah, maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
But
I don't
never.
like to bother people.
It's
It's
okay.
fine.
It's okay. I'm glad. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Glad. Look, Ken didn't have a blathering tonight, so I had to kind of, open the daycare a little bit, make sure we all had a place to go.
He's on tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, so there will be a blathering tomorrow
Yeah.
on the big show on the main channel. That'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific. Will be.
Oh yeah, that's right.
blathering.
I'm doing. That's
Ken's
right. I'm
gonna-
doing Game of
he's-
Thrones for him tomorrow.
He says he's gonna try to do a short, so we'll see. So yeah, that's the one thing that we're supposed to be doing here, and we do it. I mean, it's not that you guys are not here are supposed to be doing it because this is the backstage. I like just hanging out with you guys, and it's just the clubhouse. But we need to use this as a little bit of a laboratory for some of our blathering stuff. So I want to hear some good call ideas. If you haven't called into the blathering, call into here and you can workshop your stuff. If you haven't already responded to the YouTube channel post, if you're a YouTube channel member or Patreon or wherever, chip in on the question thing that Ken put out for the little clips that we're going to make. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think there's some cool ideas behind that. So please please check that out.
Yep. Join his Patreon. Join his channel membership.
Yeah, join all the
Show him
stuff.
love.
Check us out on Blue Sky to follow. Yeah, if you want to find out for streams, that's the place to go. Blue Sky and Discord. And eventually we're gonna figure out more of like an actual schedule for some stuff once we can actually figure that out. But as soon as I do that, I'm gonna have a second child and all hell is gonna break loose. So we're just we're enjoying it.
There has been one backstage thing that I've been wanting to do with y'all. Obviously not tonight. I want to send him my band's full set list.
Okay.
And I want to go through. It's like, how many of these songs do people actually like, and how many are we playing that we shouldn't be?
Okay. So
I want the Blatherings. I want the Blatherings opinion on our set list.
Okay.
Yep, on our set list.
Okay, we'll have to see.
We'll
have to see if
from
that's
our Fall Out Boy to our Taylor Swift.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about copyright issues or getting copyright claimed or anything, because we're getting the music straight from the source, so that's neat.
Well, it's cover songs, so
right. Well, yeah, there's all sorts of liberties with that, I guess.
People will know the songs. I mean, Addie will know the Taylor Swift one we're doing.
Of course. That's cool. I appreciate I appreciate like the wide range of stuff that you guys do. That's cool. No, for sure. But again, like you said, that's kind of the stuff that we like doing here. I appreciate you guys entertaining me while I just hung out and play video games on a kind of a crummy day. And
I'll go more deep dive into Power Rangers next time.
Yeah. Let's do that. We should do that.
If only y'all could just see Addie shaking her head at me.
We should do that. No, Addie's smiling in excitement. No, Jared, we love your passion. I appreciate your passion for things. That's why we're all here, because we all feel very strongly about all of these fun little things that we all enjoy together. And we know we're amongst our people when we're hanging out in these spaces. So that's exactly what I want to create here. Is just a place where you guys can hang out at night for a couple hours when you have a shitty day like today, like I know I did. And we can just smile a little bit and chill.
Steve, you have done great work.
So,
you are a good
sir.
person. We love you.
I try. I do my best. I promise I'm going to try to do some ideas around here that's not just me playing video games. So we're gonna work on that. But until then, we're gonna play more video games probably. So we'll get there, folks. But no, I love having everyone here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for contributing. I hope to see you guys tomorrow on the Blathering. I'm not sure when the next backstage stream will be. We may do one Wednesday, maybe, but then after that, probably not one until next week, because I'm going to be out of town for a bit. So we'll have fun this week while we can. So thank you again, Jared. Thank you again, Addie. Thank you again, Brady. Thanks to everyone who hung out in chat and gave us great headcanon questions. Keep putting those in the comments. If you're here, like the video. If you haven't already, you are all very awesome. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your
Everybody
evening.
stay safe on Friday.
Yeah, do all of that. Yeah, have a good. We'll if you don't hear from us before 4th of July, of course, have a good weekend. Stay safe in your travels. All of that stuff. Jared, you're absolutely right. Jared, Addie, thank you so much for your time this evening. I'm going to close up shop. Have a great time. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We love having you here. We also put a poll in the Discord I put up on anyone who wants to see other Star Wars games. Battlefront won out on the early rounds. That's why we went to that tonight. But I'm totally down to do one of those single-player game playthroughs. I recently set up some Jedi Academy mods, so I'm kind of itching to play that. So I may or may not be secretly rooting for that in the poll, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Thank you.